Hi, everyone. Miss Donna here, MissDonnaSpeaks.com, communication, socialization, and affirmation coach here to encourage you. I always like to remind you to be sure to affirm yourself daily. Affirm yourself daily. Have a question for you. Do you know why it's important to also affirm your children? Do you affirm your children? It is so important to do that because affirming them and encouraging them, especially when they do things that they are supposed to do, really helps with building their self esteem and confidence. So, just a quick example, say they do their homework without you having to remind them to do it. They may do their chores, they may make their bed or help cook or vacuum or, you know, earn good grades. And you want to make sure that you affirm them and say, wow, good job. I am so proud of you. Because everybody really likes to be affirmed and to hear that. But I want to share a quick story with you. I was in Miami, Florida, and I was speaking at a conference. In fact, it was the National Title One, Chapter One conference, parenting conference, and they had national uh, parenting conferences every year. And in each year, it was actually sponsored or hosted, if you will, in a different state. And so I used to travel and to speak with parents about this exact topic is building self-esteem in your child. And so anyway, I was sharing with them the exact same thing I just said, make sure you affirm your child or you praise them when they do things well. And I gave the same kind of examples, if they help you, they take out the garbage or they do their chores or, whatever they're doing, that's positive. Make sure that you encourage them and affirm them. And so this one parent stood up. She was not trying to hear any of this. So she stood up and she said, Miss Donna, are you saying that we're supposed to affirm our children every time they do something they're supposed to do? And I said, absolutely. And she said, well, I have a teenage daughter and she knows she's supposed to vacuum the house and, cook and do all these other things. And she said, that's what she's supposed to do. So you mean I'm supposed to tell her, oh, good job. Oh, I'm proud of you. And I said, absolutely. And she said, well, she's doing stuff that I told her to do that she's supposed to do. So I asked her, I said, well, what about when she does things that you're not pleased about and she's not supposed to do? Do you reprimand her? She said, of course I reprimand her. That's what you're supposed to do as a parent. And I said, okay, I get it. And so she said, so I asked her, I said, well, let me ask you one additional question. Do you reprimand her every single time she does something that she's not supposed to do? And she said, well, yes, of course, yes. And I told her, I said, okay. I said, I get it. I understand. I said, but just think about it for a minute. You're reprimanding her every time she does something wrong, but you don't think you should praise her and affirm her when she does things right? And she looked at me, she was like, well, I really hadn't looked at it like that, but I guess you're right. And I said, well, wonderful. I said, yeah, we just want to, encourage our children at each opportunity that we have. And she was like, okay, so, I get it. Okay, all right. Thank you for that. And I said, well, my pleasure. Absolutely. But, we want to make sure that we're building our children's self-esteem and confidence. Because what happens if we don't do that, somebody's going to come along, whether it's a bully, it could be a teacher having a bad day, and they're going to say something negative and crazy to them. But it won't really faze them because you have helped them to build their confidence and their self-esteem. Now, mind you, I'm not saying, I just want to circle back for a minute. I'm not saying don't reprimand them because, yes, reprimands is very, very important. And then that's how they learn and grow and develop and be able to actually correct the wrong things that they do. That is very important. But I will challenge you to do this when you reprimand them. Say, for example, they had a couple grades that you did not agree with on their progress report. You don't necessarily have to say to them, wow, I can't believe you got 2 C's. What's your problem? But I would certainly challenge you to do this instead. Maybe say, listen, I know that you are a very smart young lady or young man. And I know that you can actually make the honor roll, you're honor roll student. So, can you tell me about these C's? And so they may tell you what happened. And just say to them, okay, well, I know you're smarter than that. And I know you have the perfect plan to bring those seeds up, right? And they'll usually agree and say, oh, yeah, mom. But hey, I'm proud of you. Okay. I'm very proud of you. Good job. And I know you'll even do better. So just wanted to drop those nuggets to help you to understand why it's important for us as parents, especially to make sure that we affirm our children and to do that daily. Think of 2 or 3 things that you can affirm your child, okay, on a daily basis. And in the meantime, make sure that you are affirming yourself because it's a little more challenging to affirm yourself or to affirm someone else, especially your children, if you have not affirmed yourself, okay? Thank you so much for listening. See you next time, and bye for now.